Hey y'all, this is Casey Love,
And Kim Jodashian.
and this edition of Black Girls with Opinion, it's audio version, because this thing is too heartfelt today.
Yeah, it really doesn't need a face to it. It's just us talking about how we feel.
Yeah, it's just listening, basically.
Yeah, that's all.
Of course, for the past week, it's been about this whole Sandra Bland case, and I couldn't really wrap my head around it when I first heard about it, because she's kind of like the first woman to like really be broadcasted. Like every other person was a guy, and yeah, we knew about women's that happened to it, but it's not like they didn't get media attention like her. Like she was like the first woman to like really be out there, and it was just like
Yeah. And then, it's not like she was, from what we see in the video, and I guess what you hear from other people, she wasn't someone quiet or anything. She's very outspoken, and she seemed very aware of the things that are going on, which is what, I guess,
basically from the
I don't want to say what caused her death. Like, I'm not going to say that like that, but, and it probably played a part in
her death. For those of you who probably don't know the background, I don't know what you guys are doing with your life, but there's other things that have been going on. If you're not up in that level, like your brain level doesn't care about newsworthy things, and you care about Meek Mill versus Drake, or if you're the vloggers that were at VidCon this past weekend and all this other stuff that has nothing to do with real life stuff, then the background of this story that I know of, I don't know about Kim, but from what I gathered is basically, and from the videos I've watched, is basically Sandra, she was driving the opposite direction, and this cop, I don't know his name, I don't care to know his name, but this cop saw her, and basically he was on the other side of the street and made a U-turn and was like speeding behind her. And I guess she had I guess he stopped her for failure for signal or something like that. Yeah. And he approached her, and then things just, one thing led to another, and now she's dead.
Yeah.
All for a stop
I think like 3 days later.
Yeah, for a quote unquote failure to signal. And that's crazy, because I've been pulled over for that same reason before, and it was actually two white cops.
Yeah, like I know what you're talking about. But yeah, like, sorry, how does that lead to getting an arrest? Like, just, I don't feel like why he couldn't just give her the ticket and that's it. Like,
some cops really be on a power trip. Like, they really want to feel like they have that authority over you. Like, you really don't matter. I understand. And
when you got pulled over, did they make you step out the car?
No.
Okay, so
unfortunately, like, I think things are just different. It really is how you are as a person towards them. And for me, it was, what time it was? I believe it was 1 a.m. And they pulled me over. Matter of fact, I don't even know. I know one of them was failure to signal, but it was for another reason too that they pulled me over.
And they wanted to know what you're doing in there.
Yeah, it was foggy. I wasn't doing anything illegal.
Right.
Don't say that, for real.
Kidding.
I wasn't doing anything illegal. I was talking to somebody, so that's why it was foggy in the car. But when they pulled me over, my behind, I never got pulled over before, and unfortunately, I was in the hood, so I was like, Lord, they for the... And at the time, I don't know how I'm supposed to act when I get pulled over. So I just pulled in. I don't know if you're supposed to turn the radio down or what, but the thing was still loud. I was still listening to the music and whatnot. And it was two white cops. I wouldn't even say they were Hispanic. They were white. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. And in my head, I just started praying and stuff. I was getting nervous because I'm like, if this is going to be my last day, I need somebody to know that I love them or whatever the case may be. But all he didn't give me, like, he kind of the first guy like that was on the driver's side because the other person was on the passenger side. The first cop, he kind of gave me attitude to begin with. He did. And because my back window don't work, so he was like, put all your windows down now. I'm like, sir, it don't work. It don't go down. So he just was just rolling his eyes and stuff. And I didn't do anything because at the end of the day, I ain't got no weapons on me or whatever the case. They could have openly shot me and left. But all he did was ask for my license, registration, gave it to him. The other one, he was just there watching me. They checked I was exactly listening to my music. And then when he came back, he was like, then he was nice to me. He saw that I wasn't giving him any quote unquote attitude or anything. And I don't have anything on my record. So he was like, he just looked at me after he gave me back my stuff, and it was like, okay, you can go. I was like, all right, thank you. But, you know, when it comes to her case, I kind of felt some type of way about it. In a sense, like, I could have easily recorded how he was being rude to me at first. And, you know, I could have took it to court and been like, I shouldn't have been treated like this or anything. But to me, it wasn't that big of a deal at that point because his attitude changed afterwards. But in her case, I was just like... I honestly, and I don't care if people disagree with me or not, but I feel like her death could have really been avoided. Like, she could have still been alive today. Shoot me. I don't care if y'all disagree with me or not. But when I listen to the video, I just feel like, yes, we all have our rights. And yes, you know that these police officers aren't supposed to do certain things to us. But I feel like I'd rather take my manners I would get me a lawyer, a good one at that, maybe not a white lawyer, a good, you know, like valid black lawyer that has won many cases, and like, I would have recorded the situation, but I was going to listen to him. I wasn't going to give him no attitude. Go ahead, say what you said.
No. Go ahead. Like
I wasn't going to give him, I mean, I'm not going to say she had a full out attitude, but her tone of voice wasn't particularly nice. But I feel like if you have a gun in my face or whatever, I'm sorry, but I value my life. All of this is being recorded. You have your phone, you record the situation. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Just listen to the man and then handle it, you know, afterwards, where you could actually get him fired if you take it seriously. I feel like her death really could have avoided, and it's such a sad situation because all she did was get pulled over for her lights, and she got beat up, and because of that, she died.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. And I don't know, like you were saying, my attitudes would be different. A gun in your face, like, that would shake you up so bad. Like, how do you even react? And I think maybe another reason why she probably got upset is because he was saying all these racial slurs to her, and he's like, not only, you know, you're doing all of this because of my light, but you're saying all this stuff and you have a gun in my face. So she's like, you can't do this to me. Like, how are you able to do this to me right now? It doesn't make any sense. And then when she's like, well, I'm going to sue you, I think that really has something to do with it. Like, he probably realized she probably knows too much, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Some people aren't aware of their rights. Some people just, you know, kind of go along with it. But I'm sure he probably was intimidated as well because of that, and probably why she got beat for it, because that was so uncalled for. Like, on the floor, her face to the floor, everything to, like, I think, reading some stuff, she told her family she thought her shoulder was broken. So, like,
even in the video, you can hear her saying, stop pushing me to the ground. Like, her face was to the ground. And I think she said she had epilepsy or something. And that means she could have broke out in a seizure at any moment. That's something that's... And...
Like, at what point did it take? Like, why did it have to lead to that? Her arms being broken? her arm or arms, whichever. But it makes
scary.
no sense.
It really is scary, and the fact that like, what kills me is that like throughout this whole police brutality thing, I know they started to put like body cameras on certain officers, and if they don't have that yet, all police cars, even back in the day, because the show Cops, obviously they have a
camera in the
car.
In the dashboard.
So it's like, you knew we would see this. Do you not? You can't erase the tape.
Well, from what I've seen, I don't think he cared about it.
I'm saying, like, that's the thing. Like, that's why I feel like they're idiots at the time.
Not necessarily idiots, because if you watch it, that video is clearly edited. It is clearly edited. When you watch it, you can see how it goes from being just the lady's car to it jump to what you call it, a tow truck. Like, you don't see when the tow truck pull up, nothing. He jumps, and then you see at some point he gets out, and then you see him, like, I think, get out again without him returning. Like, it makes no sense at all. So him doing that, I'm sure he knew what he was doing. He really didn't care, because if that tape would have to be released, he know they would edit it. And then there's another part where you see a car that is just driving on the side of the road. It goes and, like, it's like a glitch, and it, like, disappears out of nowhere. So, to me, he didn't care. He knew it would get recorded. He just knew that his people's back, you know, when they have to, if anything would go bad, probably, they could fix that for him. It probably didn't even matter to him at that point. Which is really, really sad. And people, and then when they say that, oh, the camera messed up, like, it kills me. Like, are you freaking kidding me? What do you mean the camera messed up? Really? Are you for real?
It's sad. Like, they really tried to do everything they can to, like, cover this up. And I'm like, and what also bothers me is that I have a love-hate relationship with social media, but if it wasn't for social media, we would never know about any of these cases.
I know.
So imagine before social media came around, how much of this stuff was actually happening and nobody ever knew. That's what kills me.
From social media. I don't even watch the news like that.
It's like days later. That's when it gets to like CNN and stuff. Like, are you kidding me?
That really comes up on the news is not the full.
It's not the full story.
As much as you.
It's like us that run Instagram and Twitter. We do more of the digging than these news anchors do. We're the one giving y'all the information. And it really bothers me. It's just like, how did all of this stuff go unnoticed?
Because you have cops who cover it up. You have people like that who will cover it up. Like, the camera, that's what I don't, when you tell me the camera's messed up, and then nowadays, like you saying, with social media, technology is just getting
so advanced now. So advanced.
No matter what, just being on YouTube, even if you're not a vlogger, you don't make videos, when you see certain stuff, it looks edited. When you're on Instagram, you have videos, you have Twitter, everything. So how do you not, like, who are you trying to play right now? Like, it makes no sense. Like, even if we don't do stuff like this professionally or whatever, but because we're so used to seeing it, like, when you have, like, your, like, Instagram, you have your moments when you can video, you pause it, you come back, you record again, like, it jumps from scene to scene. How you not see that? It makes no sense. And then you see, like, the tow truck guy, when he comes up, you don't see him pull up. You just see the car magically appear, and then he magically appears coming out of the car, and then he magically appears coming out of the car again, without him even walking or, like, are you kidding me? Like, it makes no sense.
And now to her mugshot picture.
Oh my gosh.
That is like one of the biggest debates ever. And I honestly think, of course, her suicidal death is
BS.
Fake, and they probably didn't even much process her right. And I do honestly believe that she was already dead in the mugshot, but it's just it's just the thought process behind these police officers that fixed her up, or whoever's that's working in the cell thing that fixed her up, because I know usually when you're dead your body is kind of hard to like control now. Like, of course you could put the eyes down, but like to put it up to make it seem like it's harder because
Yeah.
it's not like the movement is there anymore.
Right.
So it's like you really worked on her body for her to look like she's alive and just pissed off in her
Mugshot.
mugshot.
Well, there's that, and I also read, which I believe, like Photoshop. I
You could do anything with
You could do
Photoshop.
anything with Photoshop, and me, like, as I was reading some stuff, and I'm like, that makes sense because I be on Photoshop and stuff, and it really, if you know what you're doing, you can make somebody look like Beyonce. Like, it's so sad. And then her posture on the floor was so wrong, which is when they're like, if you don't know, I'm sure you could look at that picture and just think whatever. But when you really start to analyze that picture, her face changes. Like, oh my gosh, it's so freaking sad. Like, I was talking to my mom about it, and you could see how she has this roundness. And I don't know when that picture was taken, but maybe weight. I don't know if you could drop weight like that in like a matter of 2-3 days. But her face completely changed. Like, oh my gosh, it's so sad. And I think because I believe they took that picture on the ground. I don't care what nobody say.
Mm-hmm.
But you could see how her neck and her collarbone, everything just goes down. Compared to when you're standing up.
Yeah.
I was like, these people are crazy. And her arm, the way it was, I can't. It's so sad. Like, I was thinking about this all day yesterday.
And
It's so
some
sad.
people,
Like, they really go to that extent just to cover it up. And
so
if
they
you
don't get
don't
fired
know,
and stuff.
you
Yeah.
don't pay attention, you don't know, they will fool you.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah. And now her name's, of course, I think she got buried yesterday, if I'm not, yeah, yesterday was her funeral, I believe. And it's a really sad situation. I honestly think it could have been avoided, and, they could have taken it to, court, and then social media could have brought it to light, and, we could have been there supporting, because I understand with the whole Black Lives Matter movement and stuff. I'm all for it because obviously I'm black as hell. I cannot just not be for it. But I just feel like, why don't we do anything when a person's alive? Why does it take the person to die for them to have a hashtag for their names that people are just going to forget about in like 3 weeks? I guarantee you, if there's something big out there in the news world or celebrity world or something, people are going to forget all about Sandra. She's just going to be a memory. That's one thing I hate. I'm not going to lie and say that I don't forget about them sometimes, but I do sit there and be like, damn, why is all this stuff happening? And for me, I feel like I don't want to say it's our own fault, but when you think about it, nowadays people don't aspire to be police officers. They don't aspire to be lawyers. They don't aspire for it. So what's left? You giving it to the people that hates us the most. I'm not going to try to turn it into a race thing or whatever, but if all our black folks, all they want to do is be celebrities, they want to twerk to get to the top, they want to dance, and do your dream. If you want to dance, fine and stuff. I'm just saying in general, people don't want to be like judges, lawyers, and things that are supposed to help people of color. You're leaving it for the white people that don't even like us like that think we're just trash. So how do you expect, them to have respect for us if we don't have respect for us? We teach our little boys sports. All they want to do is play basketball, football, this and that. or they want to be rappers. Hell, half y'all can't even rap, and that's what y'all spend your life doing.
Don't do that.
Spend all their money on freaking studio sessions and stuff, talking about
They're not cheap either.
Talking about lean and drinking this, wifing up that, popping bottles, this and that. You really want them to have respect for us? But as soon as one of our peoples die, that's when y'all want to be like, oh, damn, she shouldn't have to do this, or F12, F the police, this and that. Y'all sound foolish. That is foolish. Y'all want to live this trap life. Y'all killing your own selves. We're killing our own selves. But as soon as a white person does it to us, it's a problem. It's a big problem. But we're not doing nothing to help our own selves. And if we only want to talk about police, hell, we are broadcasting it because that's how it is on social media. We bring it to light. But police officers don't only kill black people. I'm sure if we look at the rates, we're probably not even the number one highest. We're probably like second to highest of get killed by police officers. But I'm not gonna say F the police, because at the end of the day, if your house getting robbed, who you gonna call?
The police.
You ain't gonna call Joe from down the block try to get you your stuff back. You're gonna call the police. If somebody kidnap your child, you're gonna call the police. If something big happens, you get into a car accident, you're gonna call the police. You're gonna call the police for lots of things that happen to you. So it's not like, oh, F the police, they don't care about us. And I promise to you guys, all police officers are not bad. Unfortunately, they're put in the light of that. I know a lot of great police officers. Hell, the 2 white people that pulled me over, I consider them good police officers because they didn't blow my head off.
They're just doing their job. I guess they just approach you assuming that something was going on, and when they found out nothing was going on, it was
and their attitudes change. I feel like they treat you, yes, some officers, they just treat people for nothing. They give the gun to a wrong people. And I feel like now they should put like a psychological test when you're trying to be a police officer to see where your brain at. But I can't even say that, because you could be hiring a damn sociopath. They know how to hide their feelings real good. You don't know sociopaths like that. So,
and I think some like that, it may work, it may not work, because like you said, not everybody is bad, but a lot of those people that we see nowadays doing these things, they are a part of KKK. Like, I believe the guy who killed the girl, the Sandra. I think there was this picture where he's a part of it. Like, so in a sense, I guess it depends where you're from. Like here in Miami,
we're so cultured.
It is culture, but I'm sure there's some of them out there.
Yeah, of course.
But it also depends where you're from. But like you said, yes, that may work, but in a way, it probably don't even matter, because a lot of them, maybe a lot of them are KKK. So,
like I said, unfortunately for me, I don't go to like a HBCU, and I tell this to Kim all the time. Like, I really wish I went to one. Like, my dream school back in the day was Spelman, but Spelman, I don't have money for you guys, and my whole goal was to stay, like, without me, like, taking out any loans for undergrad. For graduate school, of course, I don't have no choice. I ain't rich. I can't pay them off. I'm going to pull out loans. But as far as undergrad, I wanted to stay loan free. So, Spelman, I don't even live in the state of Georgia, so that would have been out of state fees. So, unfortunately, I had to go to a PWI. And I don't mind it. I love FIU, but I would have loved going to a HBCU. And I also, if I do talk to like younger black kids or anything, I always encourage them to go to a HBCU, because there's so much you can learn from our own peoples, from our own schools. And maybe you won't want to be a trap queen, or slanging this or that. You're gonna want to be something of yourself when you go to these schools, because there's so much they teach you that we don't learn going to a school like FIU. I'm not shaming FIU. I'm not, because I am part of the Black Student Union, but there's only so much we can get out of that. If I went to a HBCU, I could have probably aspired to be something else. And we help our own community when we do these things. There's nothing wrong with Yale or Harvard or anything, but hey, Howard is right there. It's one of the top schools in America. You know, I don't have a problem with those elite schools. Fine. If you want to go there, by all means. But I rather you go to like a HBCU and then you have your own community supporting you and like reaching your goals. If you want to be a Senate, you can do that because wow, you could actually make history of being a first black this or that or whatever you choose to be. And then once you have more black people wanting to be cops or wanting to be the best of the best lawyers in America, that even white people want them, you know, to be their lawyer, that's when things is going to change. But if you constantly just hating our own selves, then what do you really expect to change? I have nothing against the new hashtag every week when somebody died. What I do have a problem is with is like, why does it take a person to die for us to open our eyes about something? And then we don't even stay on that path anymore. Yes, right now I can't do anything for that person but pray and try to like tell other people to do better, be better. Don't get sucked up in like the hood life. You may be living in the hood now, but you can possibly change that once you change your life. But I'm sorry. I honestly really, 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 really feel deep down in my body. I really feel bad about all these police brutalities going on. But what I don't feel bad about is that we kind of put ourselves in that situation because we don't aspire to be certain things. So now we leave them up to the racist people that don't even like us to do the jobs we could have been doing.
That's a good point.
And that's just that. And I really feel like a lot of these deaths could have been avoided. Maybe not, because there is some videos I've seen that the person did absolutely nothing to the cops, and then the cops still just... But then again, they have that ego trip, that power trip, like, yeah, I'm a cop, like, I have this, and then people feed into it. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a lot. It's really a lot to take in because it's like, we're going back in time to me. That's how I really feel like we're really just reversing, and because we have social media, it's really brought to light how we're not going forwards, we're really going backwards and how we're supposed to be doing things. And
I was telling my mama that yesterday.
It bothers me so much. We really are going back in time. And when I watch my shows, like my 90s shows, like Different World, and when I think about like when you research back in the day with like Rodney King and that police brutality situation and stuff, it's just like days are not getting better anymore. And it's like, what can you really do to change it? Because you have a lot of ignorant people that probably don't even care about the Sandra thing. They probably just post a hashtag just to post it, but not really like, you know, saying anything about it or doing anything about it. Granted, when it first happened, I had to like sit there and wrap my head around it because it's tiring. It really is tiring and especially those people that take the time to put the mashup videos of all the police death, like, it's sad, it's scary. Because a person like me, I know better. Because I know better, I want to do better for myself and like my family, and I want to try to do the best I can for the community. But it's like, you have so many ignorant people. It's like you talking to a brick wall, especially living in Miami. People live off just by doing fraud and doing this. And then when they shoot you, whose fault it is? You're doing stuff that provokes them to do things. And it's just like, you're talking to a wall when you're trying to make people come together to better ourselves. And you have people all up in the street because they think that's the best way to live. If it's like a quick get money, quick scheme type thing, they're all for it. They live around the luxury lifestyle of having money. Listen,
I don't know about that. I'm broke trying to.
I'm broke trying to get my life together. I'm trying to do the right thing.
I don't know how I'm gonna go to school in the fall.
I feel like the best way to get money is through your brain and through your mind and through education. I really am big on education. Like, I may be tired of school and I may hate it at times, but I'm not. If somebody were to offer me $1 million right now, listen.
That's something different.
If it's not illegal
money.
If it's not illegal money, I would surely take it. But if it's illegal and I have the possibility to get caught, you can keep your money. I don't care. I will work my behind off. I don't care how long it takes. I will struggle to get where I need to be. But I just need people to hear me out. And it's just like, especially with our peoples, how do you expect that? When you look at like the Hispanic community or the white community, they always stick together by their people. They're about their community. Like the Hispanics always stick together. If somebody's down and out, they're make sure that they okay. White people, hell,
of course,
they always doing it. Why you think they on top? Our behinds, we quick to make fun of somebody because they ain't got it. Or whatever the case may be, or we're the only ones that's always like light skin, dark skin, all this other stuff. We're always causing drama within our own community, and you try to tell people, let's get together to do this or whatever to better ourselves, but nobody's listening.
Yeah, and then my mom always says that being Haitian, my mom says like they also do the same thing. Like a lot of people, I think what's his name, Dr. Moise or something? Mm-hmm. Like, he's a doctor, and he wanted to be, I don't know, he was running for something, but it's like, they always want everything and not let other people do everything. That's why my mom, like, sometimes, like you said, a lot of black people do bring each other down, but sometimes what my mom like about that, not the bringing down part, but about, I guess, black people in general, is, they kind of like trade off and let other people come up and do something. Like 106, she was like, they always try to change people and let other people do stuff. Whenever they do stuff, they always, they're changing to let other people do things. Yeah. But with Haitian people, is like sometimes they always want everything. They don't want to share nothing with anybody.
It's an ego thing. It's like you want everything for yourself. You don't want that help from nobody or this and that. Listen to the teamwork make the dream work, okay? Yeah. If we try to get together in life and we need to work together. Like,
being Haitian, that's all I can speak for. I don't know for other nationalities how they are, but I do see that when my mom talking about it. It's so true.
And, my mom says the same thing. We're never here for each other. Yeah. It's just like, and I'm not gonna lie, but growing up in a Haitian household, you gossip. Hell, being black, period, we gossip. And, we're always, oh, look, she not doing that, but my child better. Yes. Oh, I could do that. Ooh, it's so true. You're always comparing this, and that's not okay. So it's like, when we have these deaths that's going on and these racial slurs that are said about us, and it's like, when you really sit back and think about it, can you really blame them for treating them the way they treat us? It's like you have other nationalities that come from their countries. They work hard to get where they're coming. We are freaking lazy as a community. And I get it. We were slaves. We practically built this damn country. But once we got our rights to be free and stuff, we got lazy. We got real lazy. We don't like to do anything for ourselves. These Italians and all these people, when they come with these Jewish folks, the reason they on top, because they got to go for sure. Once they come here, they work hard. Very hard. So it's like, can you really blame them? We don't. It's so
like being in class too. So like I told you, those other people who get the like. They really don't play. They be like, oh, I'm be here all week doing this. And I'm just like, I don't even know how to do number one. But they don't play.
It's so frustrating. And you see, exactly, when you see other nationalities and other people come from other countries, it's like America is supposed to be that place you come from where you can better yourself for your family and stuff like that. But black folks is always in the bottom. Now, don't get me wrong. There is some white people that are trailer park trash. But there's not as much as them as, as us that are living. Some people are so satisfied by living by the government, it kills me. They'll be all right if they get Medicaid and food stamp for the rest of their life, and they don't need nothing more. Why do you have that mentality? That kills me. Like, you really think I want to be living off the No, I don't want to. And when I start my family, I don't want to be living off the government. I want to have my own. I want to live comfortably where, I don't have to worry about, shoot, do I have enough money, like, in my account for my bills to be paid? No. My credit card just going to be to the account, and my bills just going to automatically come out without me having to look back. I want to live comfortable like that. But if you're just satisfied popping out 18, 20 kids living off of food stamps, and you think you balling just because of that, or you doing fraud, I wish a person would like come up to me like and talking about, and I ask you where you work. Oh, you don't work, but you getting money. You fishy. Goodbye. I don't want to talk to you.
Like, people really do that.
And it's like, I hate the fact that, like, right now, I'm not trying to talk bad about, like, I'm not trying to talk bad about us. I just want us to be better. It's just like, why can't you guys open up your eyes and see what's really going on and stop blaming, white people and stuff. Stop blaming them. Do what you gotta do for us to be better. And that doesn't mean you trying to be the next rap star. You 40 years old still in the studio trying to make it happen. Stop. Go to school. Learn something. Hell, even if you don't get a degree, some people just go to school just to learn something. You don't have to graduate to learn.
I'll probably be one of those people even after I graduate, honestly.
Exactly. Pick up a book. Read about something. Like, oh my gosh. Hell, if you can't afford school, libraries are free. They don't charge you. They don't charge you to just read about your own folks. See what people... It's like, this generation just get on my freaking nerves. They really do. It's like when you look back on times when Malcolm X was alive and Martin, they freaking worked their behinds off for us to live good, but y'all not even taking advantage of it. Y'all letting every other nation and culture or whatever take what we're supposed to have. We're the ones that's supposed to be on top. Living large. People are supposed to be respecting us, but we don't even respect ourselves. So I'm guessing we supposed to be walking up to a white-owned business, and then they supposed to be like, "Oh, hey, black girl, come here. Let me show you some respect, girl. Let me show you some respect." You think they gonna do that? Get out of here with that. Like, it really pisses me off when our community blame other nations and races and stuff. I don't blame them.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
It depends on the situation where I would blame them in. Because there are some white... Like, my behind, I know that I will never travel to certain states because I don't know where I'm going to fall into. Right. Like, states like Texas. Beyonce's from there. I love her to death. That's my sister. But I would never travel to Texas. Because I don't know where... Huh?
Ain't she from the hood?
Exactly, but I don't know where the hood is in Texas.
Well, you know what?
I need to go to my colored people populated states. So that means most of the South I probably wouldn't travel to, besides, like, I always want to go to New Orleans. I'm going to visit New Orleans. Or, like, I plan to live in Georgia. But, like, states like North Carolina, South Carolina, I don't really know where to go in those particular places.
I think my brother went to, I believe it was North Carolina.
And when you go to certain places, they look at you wrong.
Yes, they do. And he almost got into an argument with a white guy, but he knew better, and he did not, because
sometimes I feel like I understand your rights, but if you value your life...
Yeah, and my brother is really hard-headed.
It's
both of my brothers are, and so is my dad, but...
It's like your limit. Yes, it's like, okay, if I say something, they probably might gonna kill my behind. And nobody's probably gonna find out. They probably gonna dig a ditch, put my body in it.
Because he has me. We don't have no family over there. So if anything was to happen to him, we probably...
wouldn't have known until, days after, why I haven't heard from him.
Not even days. Maybe days. But, that's just... It's crazy.
It's sickening to me how people nowadays could be so racist.
Nowadays.
Not even nowadays. People's always been racist. It's just now being
we're
brought
seeing
to
it.
light.
Yeah.
Like more. It's just being brought to light more. And I really thank God I've never had to deal with a person that's been racist towards me. Well, if they are, where I probably ain't noticed.
Exactly.
I probably ain't noticed, but the states I've traveled to, well, I've only been to 2 different states. California, those people, they love everybody over there. They just like California to me, it's like a state that's I don't think really belongs in America. in a sense, like they're just so chill. Like it's like a bohemian type of vibe over there. Yeah, they have their hoods, of course, and they got they Crips and Bloods and stuff like that. But when you go to certain parts of California, they don't care. Like, hey, how you doing? And they just really accepting certain parts of the, like, if you go to like the hoods, of course, like where Snoop came from or like Kendrick came from and stuff, it's like watch your back.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, Miami, not Florida.
Yeah, Miami.
Miami, it's very cultured, so they really don't. I mean, you have some people that just look at you wrong because I know all Hispanic people, depending on your country, this is just a reference. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm just saying, like, Dominicans probably don't like Puerto Ricans, or Puerto Ricans don't like Mexicans, or Cubans don't like this or that. So it just, and even then, I don't even think they really care like that. Unless you like old school, like the old school people, but like the new generation like us, they don't really care where you from. You speak Spanish, they gonna speak it right to you. That's it.
But they Spanish be different too, so
exactly. So
in a way, yes, in a way, no.
And I've been to Chicago.
What was that like?
They didn't treat me bad, no.
Where did you go?
When I first went there, I was in the hood, so it was just full of black people.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin, he kind of got me scared at one point because he was like, oh, you can't be wearing certain colors when you go out. I was like, what? Like, bring me back to Miami if that's the case. But he checked my clothes and he was like, all right, you good for the little vacation that you're here. And then the second time I went to go visit my uncle, and he done made it out the hood. So I was like in a white populated suburb. And I was like, oh, okay. And they didn't look at us they didn't look at me any different, so it was whatever. Because it's like my cousins, they all light bright, and I was the only one me and my uncle was the only dark skinned ones. And they didn't look at us any different or whatever, so I mean, the Chi was okay. I feel like most northern states, they don't have like the southern state mentalities, because back in like slave times, it was good to be up north, because down south they ready to slit your damn throat and whatnot. And I really feel like it's still that same way. Like up north, you won't really find racist people. They real chill, like they don't care. But like when you go down south, Mississippi, South Carolina, all this stuff, it's like, yeah, those are quote-unquote black states, but if you go to certain parts in those states, they are racist people. Like, they don't want you around. They don't. And it's like...
That's sad. To think, like, this is really still going on.
Yeah, what kills me is, like, ignorant people. Me, I don't know about you, but I personally don't have problems with interracial relationships. I don't care. It's like, you love him, you don't, you don't. But people be pissing me off when they see a white black man. It's like, you don't love your own people. Ain't your mama black? All this other stuff. I be looking at them like they can't be happy. If that's not their taste, then that's not their taste. My ideal man for me is, of course, a black man. But if I happen to fall in love with a white person, y'all gonna hate me because I just happen y'all gonna hate me because I like my ideal man is, of course, a strong black man, of course. But I don't discriminate. I don't. I really don't. If he loves me, he's treating me right. Why is that a problem? Same thing for, like, the guys, like, they be under these celebrity pages.
Especially when it's a black guy.
It's exactly. They don't really bother the women like that. It's like the black guys that date the white girls. It's just like, damn, they've been together for like 17 years. Y'all really hating him for that? He fell in love. How y'all know he ain't date black women before,
Exactly.
and then he just couldn't stand being with a black
That's not
woman?
even can't stand her. It's just
probably not his taste or whatever the
It's
case
just
may
the
be.
person.
I don't get mad when I be like, okay, well they gonna have some cute babies. I already know.
You already know. How you know his mama not ugly?
Well, them together, the blackness of her is gonna make their children very beautiful.
Okay.
And it really doesn't bother me. And it's so funny because, like, most of the vlogs that I watch on YouTube,
Are interracial?
they're all interracial couples. And their children are just like, oh my gosh. And it's like, you can't hate them because they make you love them. I just be like, they're so freaking happy and wonderful and just so cute. But I don't think the men are black, though. No, all of them, because Gabe, Babe TV, Gabriel's black, and Chad is white. The Knife Knowles, she's black, he's white. I think most of them are, like, white guys with black women, and hey, if they love me, then hey.
Because Jerry Levine,
yeah.
Well, he's black. His wife is probably from the Philippines or something. I mean,
Yeah, most of them are white guys.
Yeah.
Dating other
Black.
races. And I feel like...
white guys dating other races?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever other bloggers out there. Because this other couple I know, she's my color black. And he's a white guy. So it's like... I feel like if their families don't have a problem with them dating each other, why y'all giving the man so much slack?
They always... Well...
Like,
I think most of the time, whether you're black or white, they usually go for the guy. I don't know why. Even you could be a white guy and they'd be like, "Oh, you're not man enough for her," or something like that.
Yeah,
or
if he's man enough for me, what
right?
you saying?
Or if it's a black guy and a white girl, be like, "Oh, so you don't like us no more." I think if anything, they usually give the guy more issues.
But when it comes to a black guy dating a white woman, I don't see the problem. He love his mama. He just don't want to date. You know, when I'm like me, I've always said it, and I said it to my own mom. Yes, I want a black guy, but I don't want a Haitian guy.
Okay.
I don't want to date a Haitian. I will never date a Haitian. So, and my mom's always like, "Why? That's your own people. Why don't I just don't want that." So, if the guy just don't want to date black women, why is that a problem?
Well, yeah, it could be you don't want to date black women, but just like you say, you prefer a black guy, but if it happened to be a white man, then it is. So it's not necessarily it's not your taste, it's just who it happens to be.
It happens, exactly. So listen, my sisters. Don't,
with an A, no ER.
Sisters. Don't give the black guy any slack for dating a white woman. I know there's not enough of them around anymore, because half of them just done gone gay, half of them dating white women, and there's only a certain percent of them that's out there for us, but don't give them any slack. Why don't y'all just go date a white guy? I'm pretty sure they don't be happy when they be seen.
I mean, he don't even have to be white.
Exactly.
He can be some other nationality, you know.
That's true, too, because I could go for an English guy, too, so whatever. I mean, just date who you love, okay?
Was that funny? I saw somebody with some blue hair. Anyways.
But, just date who you love, man. I think...
What you think?
I don't...
You don't know.
Life is just... You just gotta go through it, man. You just gotta go through it. But let me tell y'all something. If y'all go back to them 50s and 40s where ain't no colored peoples around, I'm gonna be dead and gone by the time that happened. Because I ain't dealing with y'all foolishness.
We gonna go to Canada.
Because we need to get it freaking together. And you know, the other day I was talking to my mom. And I was like, I wonder how life would be like if the roles were reversed. If, like, white people were slaves and we was the one on top of everything. And you see how lazy we are? I wonder if we would have... take our personalities and how we are now, reverse the roles. I wonder if, like, white people would have took charge. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably.
Like, if they were the slaves and stuff, they were the slaves and we were on top. And how we act now, I wonder if when time gone by, they would have been, they would have gone on top.
I do. I think so. If the way we act now in white minorities, yes. But if we were just in charge and then be slaves...
Yo, I wonder how life would life would be so different, yo.
Yeah.
I could picture it now.
If we're lazy while they're slaves, it would have been
Mm-hmm.
flipped. But if we took charge while they were slaves, no, there's no turning back.
I really want to see how life would be like. Like, can I have
I'm
a
not
dream?
sure you want to do that.
Can I have a dream to see how life would be if the roles were reversed? Not with the attitudes we have now, just us in charge and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's something else. There would
Huh.
be no turning back. That would be it.
Well, I think we're gonna end it here.
We can end it here.
Okay, we're gonna end it here. I guess for my point of view, and I guess Kim will give hers. Well, my point of view, the moral to the story today is be smart about what you do in whatever situation we're in. Think about, just use your brain. God
Use
gave
your words wisely as well. Even, I think you would say even if you feel a certain way, you don't necessarily have to take
like,
say
don't
it.
act on it.
Don't act on it. You could take action after.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how these people. Well, you can clearly see how these people feel about you. So don't do too much to piss them off. Even if you know better, like I said, take action after. Choose your words wisely. Be smart in the situation.
Go to school, get an education. If
no
you
trap
know you
queen.
can't rap, stop rapping and stop trying to live this thugged out world. Just because it works for people like Future and Meek Mill and stuff. Newsflash, you guys aren't Future. You're not Meek Mill. You're not making millions doing all of this stuff. Speak positivity into the black community. Lift your brothers and sisters up. Get an education. Go to a HBCU. Don't call me a hypocrite because I'm not at one. I'm doing it for money reasons. But if it wasn't for that, trust and believed, my behind would be at a HBCU, learning about my peoples, making it better for myself. Educate yourself. You know, try to be police officers, lawyers, judges, and if you feel like you can be that, and you once had a dream that you was going to be that, but a parent that is ignorant probably was like, no, I want you to be a football star. I want you to be a basketball star. These police don't care about us. Why you want to be a police? No. If you want to be, like, if you want things to change, be the change in the community. In our community.
There you go. If you want to see change, be the change.
Exactly. So I think we're going to end it here. And we'll see you guys, like, see you guys, like, video-wise,
See you guys
next week. And we hope you guys have a great week ahead and motivate each other and whatnot. Bye!